It's been a little while since we've done a how to rune, so today I'm going to dedicate this video to teaching you how to rune the best blue dog in Summoner's War. Tark the Water Hellhound. Just kidding, I'm so sorry Tark, I still love you, it's Icaru. Icaru is from such fame as the Tricaru team in DB12, the Tricaru team in NB12, or maybe you've seen the Tricaru team in Punisher's Crypt. I didn't mention TOA, but I don't have to because things sound better in threes. Tark... Did I say Tark? Dude, that's sad. That's really sad. Icaru has become synonymous with late-game hyper-efficient teams in Summoner's War ever since the DB12 Tricaru team emerged back in like 2020 or something. I really should have researched that before I started this sentence, but here we are. It's probably been about 2 years, and what a fabulous 2 years it's been. The other primary component of a Tricaru team is the Verd, but we already have a How to Rune video on Verdahile the Fire Vampire, so if you want to check it out, it's up there. And who knows, maybe I'll have it linked at the end. Short answer is very high damage and 100% crit rate. I've talked about this all the time on stream, but if you rune your Verd on 99% crit rate, it's fine in RTA because he doesn't move as frequently. If you use it in a Tricaru team, you will find that 1%. He moves every single turn, and that 1% will come up, and it's going to be the difference between a victory and a fail. That's the last time I'm going to talk about Verd for this video. May have already been too much. So the first thing that you need to know about Icaru is that in order to reach the max number of teammates brought in his group hunt, it's not called group hunt, that's Tark. I'm so sorry, Tark. You were such a good boy for so long. I love you. But you're not him, dude. You're not it anymore. I'm sorry. Don't look at me like that, dude. In order to bring the max number of allies with the team up ability, you're going to need to hit that prerequisite defense. So let's return to the primary and secondary stats in How to Rune. Your primary stat is obviously going to be defense. Defense, defense, defense is the name of the game. However, something that you want to note about his second skill. It notably does not say that it scales damage with defense. So that means that you're still going to need attack. So attack is going to be our second primary sub. As far as secondary subs go, you want to make sure that you aim for accuracy and speed. Now, there is an argument to be made that these are kind of important and shouldn't be in secondary. Just note that I'm not mentioning a few other stats, so the very nature of them being on this green screen means they're important. So let's talk about defense. There's a couple ways to make sure that you hit that prerequisite amount of defense on an Icaru. The number that you're trying to hit is 2381 additional defense, and that's assuming a maxed out defense glory tower. There's a couple ways to hit that stat. The first is to load up on guard runes. The other thing to do is make sure that you have a number of determination sets on your Icaru. And for that, to see how many guard runes versus determination sets you're going to need on your monsters, there's a very handy chart on Reddit that has been updated recently. That didn't sound like it was the end of the sentence. That was actually the end of the sentence. So we're just going to move on. For more details on how to set up your Tricaru team, you can check out the 2021 guide to DB10 and DB12, and you can also see the Why Your Tricaru is Failing video on our channel. So I won't go into a ton of detail here, but if you rune up a Fire Gargoyle with 3 sets of determination and make it so that he is the fastest one on the team, you can have him be a stand-in for some of that defense. Okay, let's go into a little bit more detail about attack. So something that you're going to want to make sure that you do with your runes on Icaru is you want to make sure that your 1, 3, and 5, more importantly, the 1 and 3 slots are maxed out so they get maximum attack and defense. Another thing, I know that this is called How to Rune Icaru, but it should be noted that you should put artifacts on all of your Icarus that are defense, and just plus them all the way up to 15, and that's a bonus lump sum of stats that's going to help you achieve that 2381 defense. Cool. Just to reiterate again, that team up ability only pulls based on defense. It doesn't do damage based on defense. So you're going to need to load up on attack as your secondary attribute. The way that you can do that, again, is by maxing that slot 1 rune. After that, you can go into your runes and gem out unnecessary stats in your runes. What is an unnecessary stat? Resistance is unnecessary as long as you're actually achieving the correct amount of attack and crit damage on your Verd and you're clearing efficiently. HP becomes a little bit more negligible as you go along with it. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Okay, next, let's talk about accuracy. One of the niche little details about a Tricaru team is that you need to have the most accuracy on the Icaru that is not going first. I'll say that again. You do not want to have the most accuracy on the Icaru that is the fastest. And here's why. An Icaru is going to default to using their second skill as soon as they can. And when they do that, that means they're going to pull the 2 other Icarus along with them. The second skill doesn't try to apply a defense break, however, the first skill from the two that it pulls will. And that's why you want those two Icarus to have higher accuracy, or at least one of them. As close to 50% or more is ideal. And speed is the final one. Of course, your Icarus don't have to be super fast, but I try to aim for around 40 speed for any monster, so that way you avoid getting cut when it's inconvenient for you. Something to look for in your artifacts, by the way, you should look for the sub-properties that increase the co-op damage, so that way when they pull each other, they're going to be doing additional damage. You can also look for increased attack based on the attack buff, because they do buff their own attack. Alright guys, that's how you ruin the best blue dog in the game. Poor Tark. If I forgot any details that you want to add, please put them in a comment down below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Later.